Guys, what is going on? Another little story time here for you. Wanted to tell you about a very vivid dream that I had, that I was ambushed. I normally don't have very real vivid dreams most of the time. I may have some dreams that I never remember. Sometimes I may have some dreams I remember parts and pieces of. But with my work schedule and other things that I try to do that counteract my sleep and work schedule, my sleeping cycle is really messed up right now. So that's probably part of the reason why this happens to me. So I had this dream that me and my dad was walking into a post office. And in the post office, there was a counter where people come up to the break in the counter on each side, and then you could, they would call you up from there. Well, I'm going through the line to get up to the counter, and as I'm going to the front edge of this counter where you have to wait, some guy jumps in front of me, sliding his arm across the counter. My arm was already on the counter, and his arm hits mine. He immediately goes from 0 to 100 and starts going off on me about my arm touching his when it was actually his arm that hit mine. So I don't quite remember saying anything, but I know there must have been words exchanged. He's going off, and I take a couple of steps back. I remember he had on a leather jacket, a long leather jacket. So he's going off and yelling and all this stuff. I take a couple steps back. All of a sudden, his friend, how I knew this was his friend in the dream, I'm not sure, but his friend comes up behind me and puts me in a chokehold from behind, around my neck. So takes his right arm from my right shoulder to my left shoulder, where my neck is, and puts me in a chokehold. At this time, the original guy in front of me that was yelling, he's pulling out a knife. I see the shiny, shimmering blade of a knife, and what's funny, it was one of those Italian switchblades with the skinny blade, dagger style. As he pulls this knife out and makes a move toward me, I'm being choked from behind. And this is what I remember. This is kind of cool here. I draw my Glock 43 from my left side, and all I remember, I can't breathe, and this guy's getting ready to come at me with a knife. All I did when I pulled that Glock 43 was my eyes are laser focused on the big white, they call it the golf ball, XS Big Dot night sight that's on the front, that Crazy 45 cat sent me. All I'm looking for is that white ball. So here's all I was looking for, guys. As this gun cleared my holster and it was coming up, all I was looking for was that white ball right there. I was using that like it was a life preserver, and I was out in the ocean. I was just looking for that thing, like, please come into sight. As soon as that came into sight, I knew I was good. I came up, I got 2 well-placed shots using that XS Big Dot sight right there. As I come up, I give this guy 2 shots, and he's done. I don't know if he fell right to the ground, but he's done. So that happened really quick. Now, as soon as those shots ring out, the guy that was choking me lets go and comes around my right-hand side toward the front of me. He now is pulling out a gun, and I seen it plain as day. It was a Smith & Wesson M&P. I remember when he pulled it, looking at the rail underneath the dust cover in the barrel. And as he's pulling that gun out, I now come up again with that XS Big Dot night sight, and these shots aren't as well placed. I'm thinking this guy's gonna shoot me. The guy with the knife, I still had a little bit of leeway when I shot him. Those were a more well-placed shot. I brought the white XS sight up, the golf ball, and I was able to place 2 shots on the guy with the knife pretty good, right? Well, when this guy drew his gun, as soon as it cleared the holster, I'm coming up with the XS Big Dot night sight, and it took 3 shots to get him to stop. It wasn't 3, boom, boom, boom. It was more like boom, 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 like that. And then he fell out. after the 3 shots. And then I remember like all kinds of people coming in to get statements and, you know, this and that and the other thing. And I'm, you know, I'm telling everybody, I'm like, you know, hey, you know, with these cameras you guys got in here in the post office, I'm like, it'll all be on video, and I'm sure you guys will see, you know, exactly what happened. And, you know, I am going to go ahead and talk to a lawyer, though, and, you know, we'll go back and forth, and we'll discuss everything through my lawyer. But for right now, all the information you need is probably on these cameras. And that's basically how the dream ended. It was so weird, and it was so real. Let me know what you guys think about that. You guys ever have any weird dreams? Look, I don't dwell on this stuff, guys. It's all second nature to me. You know, a lot of times new gun owners will say things like that they go to bed and have weird dreams. People that are new to guns or new to carrying guns, they'll have weird dreams about firearms and about things happening in their home and stuff. I don't do that. That doesn't happen with me. You know, I've had a gun in my room since I was, I think, 11 years old, and that was a Cowboy 22, a little cowboy style 22 long rifle when I was about 11 years old. And I had a 22 pump in my room when I was about 11 years old. So that, you know, I don't have that kind of stuff like new gun owners tell me they have. That's just kind of normal. You know, it would be like driving a car for the first time, and when you get your car, and the first few months of driving, you have weird dreams about driving, right? But that I don't have that kind of stuff happen. So let me know if you guys have these kind of dreams and what you think about that. All right, guys, until next time, we'll have some new videos for you tomorrow. May do a video on little concealed carry guns if you want to see that. All right, guys, until next time, this is DOF, and I'm out.